So in this video, we are going to discuss most common types of variables. And typically, we deal with continuous, categorical, and dummy variables. So I would like to mention that continuous variables are typically most convenient for statistical analysis. And when it comes to categorical and binary variables, those are typically the result of transforming qualitative data to quantitative data. However, we are going to get back to this in the next video. So for now on, let's just discuss the types of those variables, their representation, and some examples. So continuous variables are variables with continuous distribution. Those are numerical variables, and for us, for our purposes, those are ready to use. So typically you do not need to go for any additional transformation in order to be able to use continuous variables in statistical analysis. For instance, when it comes to the age of respondents, this is an example of continuous variable. Those variables are cardinal. Cardinal is a scale where you can say that something is twice, for instance, bigger than some other value. I can bring you an example. So you can say that 30 years old consumer is twice as old as 15 years old consumer. So yeah, nothing to add here. In contrast, categorical variables are typically discrete and ordinal. In case of continuous variables, your age, for instance, might be 18.5 if you are 18 years and 6 months old. But in case of categorical variables, this is not the case. A very good example is hotel rating. You know that 4-star hotel is fancier than 2-star hotel. So this is the idea behind the scale. However, you cannot tell that 4-star hotel is twice as fancy as 2-star hotel, because here we are dealing with ordinal scale, not the cardinal scale. So you can say which one is better, but you cannot say by how much exactly when you use the ordinal scale. And as I mentioned before, typically categorical variables are the result of transforming qualitative data to quantitative data for the purpose of statistical analysis. Finally, we are dealing with binary variables, and here it's relatively easy. Those variables can only take two values, 1 or 0. Typically, we use binary variables in order to assign some category to the observation. Imagine, for instance, that you want to analyze the chances for employment among young people depending on their characteristics. We know that under Polish legislation for students there is some preferential tax treatment, and that's why you hypothesize that the fact whether employee is a student or not has some effects on the chances for being employed, let's say, or some effect on the level of income. So in this case, you have two categories, student or non-student. So you design a binary variable called student, and this variable takes the value of 1 if the respondent is indeed a student of a Polish university, and the value of 0 otherwise. So this is how you transform, some qualitative data to quantitative data. So that's it when it comes to the type of variables, and thank you so much for watching.